I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Bunta Fujiwara was stupid.
Got something to say?
Why would he have his son deliver tofu in an A6? That doesn't make any sense. It's because he wanted to be a race car driver. From a business standpoint, it makes no sense. What you need is one of these. Honda Acty. Just do what everybody else is doing in Japan. There's a reason these things are popular. But, of course, being Bunta, he wouldn't let his kid drive any Acty, which is why we have the Fujiwara Tofu Shop Special Edition Honda Acty. 190 horsepower, still 100 mile an hour top speed, 5 gears, so it gets up to that speed pretty quick. The tires cannot handle it. The handling of this thing is garbage. It's not good, it's just meant for fun. And we're gonna have a hard time. All right, new HUD setup. You can see the gas gauge, the brake pedal gauge. I don't know what the blue is, if I'm being honest. Timer in the top left, let's get to it. This ain't gonna be pretty. We're gonna crash for sure. 3, 2, 1. As if this car isn't hard enough to handle as it is. Doing so at night is going to be even worse. Had to change the filters around. Man, that skybox looks good though, doesn't it? That moon looks good. Oh, this thing just teeters between oversteer and understeer. We've had that with some other cars on here before, but we're really gonna try our best to just make it to the top. The Honda Acty. Let's talk about the Honda Acty for a little bit. It's, you know, the Acty along with other K trucks, the Subaru Sambar, the Suzuki Carry, you know, those are the backbone of the Japanese economy. They don't have big old trucks like America. Saved it because they don't really need big trucks like America. To be fair, America doesn't need big trucks like America. God, this gearing, I might as well just stay in 5th this whole time. I am actually getting lost on this track because I can't see very well. But yeah, anything you need to transport is done probably in a K truck. And if not one of those, then some other flatbed. Big truck, if you will. They would consider a big commercial truck. I would love to have one of these stupid little things. Maybe not with 190 horsepower, and maybe not as a race car. Doesn't do so good as a race car. Come on, baby. Oh my god. The suspension in this mod, the way they modded it, it's so stiffly sprung. It wants to just bounce around. We're actually getting a little more daylight, huh? I think I may have set this to like 6 in the morning, so we might actually get to see a sunrise. It's cool that the lights on the police car and ambulance are actually modified to light up in this mod, because as we know, this is a port of the Dirt Rally track, and there was no nighttime rallies as far as I know in Dirt Rally. Maybe you could do nighttime, but that means the mod author must have added those lights. So, nice little touch. I like that. This isn't going as poorly as I initially anticipated so far. We will launch this thing off the mountain. Do not get me wrong. You can't really tell, but I have to be so light on the brakes. You can't tell because you can see the little red gauge down there by the speedometer. And if you're wondering, why can't I turn? I'm also wondering that sometimes. This thing, like I said, really bounces between understeer and oversteer. tried to get the tire pressures switched up to fix that a little bit, but there's not much in terms of suspension or tuning available to this thing. It's quick, but as you can see, we're just at the top of 5th gear all the time. And we have... Nope, you can't see the bed. We have all our tofu in the back. It'd be kind of cool if they could somehow mod that to slosh around, but that would also probably kill my FPS, so we're not gonna do that. Soft on the brakes. Very, very soft on the brakes. I don't know. I'm actually doing better than I anticipated, which is just a curse that I have put on myself. If you try to push this too hard, though, it will bite you. I mean, it has the length of a motorcycle, so if you're too hard on the brakes, and if you brake while turning, which is something we do not want to do, you want to keep that wheel as straight as possible when you're braking. Even if it means... Oh, because this shit happens. The gearing is so weird, too. It's so short. There's no reason to even use anything besides 4th and 5th. So the gearing's short and wants to spin the rear tires under acceleration. The wheelbase is so short that if you brake and turn, and there's no weight over the rear. Remember, the engine in this thing is under the driver's seat, and it's a cab over, so all the way. This thing has it has to have like a 70-30 weight distribution. Just peak race car. So yeah, it always wants to come around on you, but then, because it is 70-30, when you load up the front end, the front tires just get overwhelmed and you understeer like crazy. In other videos, I talked about how Porsche has taken a terrible design, the rear engine car, and made it work. Well, you know what? This mod author has not had 80 years of engineering experience to get a... You can't even call this front engine. It's like out front engine car to work. The only engine I can think of, only layout that I can think of that would have an engine more out front would be like a Morgan 3-wheeler. So this isn't going to be a fast lap. You can see the new timer up at the top left. Wanted to change up the HUD a little bit. I want a 6th gear desperately. Okay, yep, just spin it around, it's fine. We're just gonna let it spin. There we go. 1st gear, useless. 2nd gear, useless. 3rd gear, mostly useless. Next time I'm just gonna take off in 4th gear, see what happens. Alright. This section up top here. Oh, when it's dark and you can't really see. Luckily, I do know the course a little better now than when... Look how much I have to feather the brake. So I give it any more than that while turning, it will flip around on us. 729 in this section. I think one of the next things I'm going to work on for this series is I have found a mod that will allow us to make sectors. So that way we can see our sector times through here and see how we're doing as we go up the mountain. I kind of don't want to do that just because I tend to, if I'm falling behind, push harder. I don't like having the timer up there, if I'm being honest. I like knowing my lap time when I'm done. But if I'm focusing too much on the time, I tend to push a little too hard. And I'd rather just focus on doing a good lap. I know what I need to do to be fast. I don't need a timer to tell me that I'm being faster, necessarily. Not in the moment. I don't know, I struggle with real time. That's all I'm saying. Definitely could have had less fuel. I might play around with doing less fuel as well. I don't know, every 10 or so episodes, like I said, I want to do some sort of challenge. So if you have an idea, I figured nighttime tofu delivery would be a good challenge. Switch it up from the norm. But if you have any good ideas of crazy things, like see if we can get to the top with 1 gallon of gas, or I don't know. That is where you, the audience, comes in. Make it hard for me. Make me have to figure out a strategy besides just being fast. And these will all be on a separate leaderboard, if they're on the leaderboard at all. Also, let me know, do you want me to keep doing the commentary while driving, or would you rather I do a lap, concentrate on being as fast as I can, and then do commentary over top of it? I don't know. I think there's an argument for either way. Because I don't feel like I always give the cars the run that they deserve. Kind of felt that way with the last couple. Like they should have been faster. The Primera, I mean, I did another lap with that Primera. Oh, come on, turn! Without talking, and just absolutely crushed it. It was like 25 seconds faster. Absolutely ridiculous. But that's what happens when you have to try to be entertaining and drive. This is not as hard as I expected. I don't think it's dark enough, if I'm being honest. I think I should have made it so the moon wasn't out. Because it's interesting. This is very interesting. I'm not trying to be entertaining at this point. I'm just trying to do experiments. Fuck. Third gear. Why are you even there? Why do we have a third gear? When you're racing, you are... I mean, it does get a little challenging around these tight hairpins because you run out of light. But as long as you kind of know where you're going, it's not that big of a deal. Because your eyes are mainly focused ahead of you, right? So the side peripheral, if it was completely black, I think that would be more challenging. But having it just lit up enough, it's kind of fine, because that's in your peripheral vision anyways. It's not, you're not focusing on it, so not as bad as I thought. Oh, wow. Yeah, the 190 horsepower Acty is definitely not going to be the fastest thing up this mountain, huh? Oh, see. Oh, no. That was not the way I wanted that to go. That's what happens when you're too hard on the brakes in this thing. It just wants to come around. Here, come on, drift it, baby. Baby. Come on, baby. That moon is a bright one tonight, huh? Thank God for bright moons. It's just so finicky. You are scared to turn too sharp under throttle because then it'll try to come around on you, but then you end up kind of understeering. Almost 13 minutes, we're going to come around here. I think this is the end. Indeed it... Oh, no, not right at the end. Okay. Under 13. Okay, under 13. Hey, what do you expect from a Honda Acty? Come on. Come on. There we go. There's the hot and tasty. Oh, look at the lighting on that. Whoever made this mod, I don't remember your name off the top of my head. I'll put it in the screen. Good job. Great fucking job. If you've done any other ones, I'll probably check those out too. There you go, guys. Honda Acty at night. We have delivered tofu to the snack bar. That was our initial goal. I don't know if I said that. Yeah, next week back to normal time, daylight racing with a real car. But yeah, keep those challenges in mind. Post them down in the comments. Be sure to subscribe. We're back here every week. But until then,